What happens when you finally look? Here's something that will surprise you. Your flaws are not as monstrous as you think. The reason we avoid looking at our shadow is because we've built it up into something terrifying in our minds. We assume that if we really looked, if we really admitted our jealousy, our selfishness, our fear, our failures, we'd find something irredeemably broken. Something unfixable, something shameful beyond repair. But that's not what's there. What's actually there is a wounded human being who learned to protect themselves the only way they knew how. The jealousy, it's just unmet desire and a fear of inadequacy screaming for your attention. The rage, it's a boundary that was crossed so many times that it turned into fire. The self-sabotage, it's a belief, buried so deep you forgot it was there that you don't deserve good things. None of this makes you broken. None of this makes you bad. It makes you human. Deeply, completely, messily human, and the moment you stop labeling these parts of yourself as bad and start getting curious about them instead, that's the moment. Everything begins to shift. The 3 steps to embracing your shadow. You don't have to do this perfectly. You don't have to do it all at once. But you do have to start. Step 1. Name it without judgment. The next time you feel something you don't like, jealousy, anger, shame, fear, don't push it away. Don't explain it away. Just name it. I feel jealous right now. I feel scared. I feel like I'm not enough. Naming an emotion without judgment is one of the most powerful things a human being can do. Neuroscience calls it affect labeling. It literally reduces the intensity of the emotion in your brain. But more importantly, it starts a conversation with the part of you that's been trying to get your attention. Step 2. Get curious, not critical. Instead of, why am I so pathetic? Ask, what is this feeling trying to protect me from? Instead of, I'm such a selfish person, ask, where did I learn that wanting things was dangerous? Your shadow doesn't need your criticism. It's already been criticized enough. By you, by others, by a world that told it to be quiet. What it needs is your curiosity. Your willingness to understand, because once you understand something, it loses its power over you. It stops running your life from the shadows and starts informing your life from a place of integration. Step 3. Take radical responsibility. Without shame, there's a crucial difference between accountability and self-punishment. Accountability says, I did that. I understand why. And I'm going to do better. Self-punishment says, I'm terrible, I always do this, I'll never change. One of these creates growth. The other creates a cycle. Acknowledging your flaws is not about flogging yourself. It's about owning your story completely, the beautiful parts and the broken parts, and deciding what you want to write next. The people who changed the world knew their darkness. Look at every extraordinary human being in history, the leaders, the artists, the innovators, the healers, and you'll find the same pattern. They weren't perfect. They weren't fearless. They weren't always kind or wise or good. What set them apart was that they knew themselves fully. They looked at their darkness and didn't blink. They let it inform their art, their decisions, their relationships. They integrated their shadow instead of suppressing it. Abraham Lincoln battled crushing depression his entire life and turned it into an almost superhuman capacity for empathy. Maya Angelou survived trauma that would break most people and turned it into words that have healed millions. Your shadow, faced with courage, is not a weakness. It is the raw material of your greatest strength. You are not your worst moment, but you are responsible for your next one. Here's the thing about shadows. They thrive in darkness. The moment you shine a light on them, they lose their grip. You are not the jealousy. You are not the fear. You are not the anger or the shame or the voice that tells you you're not enough. Those are things you experience, not things you are. But you are responsible for what you do with them. You can keep running. Keep performing. Keep pretending the shadow isn't there while it quietly shapes every decision, every relationship, every unrealized dream. Or you can turn around. You can look at all of it. The embarrassing parts, the painful parts, the parts you've never shown anyone, and say, I see you. I'm not afraid of you anymore, and I'm going to figure out what you need. That moment, That single, terrifying, liberating moment of radical self-honesty is where your real life begins. If this video hits something in you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Drop a comment below telling me, what's the one thing about yourself you've been avoiding? I read every single one, and if you're new here, subscribe. Because this is the kind of conversation we have every week. I'll see you in the next one.